Hello and welcome back to Sprite Plays Starseed Pilgrim. We had a very close thing last time and I just made one too many mistakes, and so this time we have farmed up 51 seeds and we are heading into Mired low in silence slowing, shut my eyes to darkness growing. So let's see what we can accomplish here. So we have the usual complement of seeds, but it feels like we cannot jump quite as high. And so I am going to try to keep that in mind and try and shape my strategies around that. But it may end up happening that that is too much for us. I don't know. We will have to see. Because a lot of my strategies do kind of base around having 3 high jump. And it looks like we can only jump over 2 blocks here. Now we do have some pretty good RNG to start us out. We have the right seeds for what we want to do. Now because we have the shorter jump, I'm going to cut that and plant a pink seed there so that we have a little bit more time to jump up on top of it. And I'm going to harvest these a little bit on the earlier side. There we go. And then I think the thing to do with this green is to fill in that area a little bit. See if we can slow down the darkness at all. So we're not getting very much growth. This feels overall like a pretty stunted level. Let's see. If I dig that and plant that there, that should help us out a little bit. And then we don't have a great place for this ice, but I can put it there. Ah, that was a mistake. I didn't see that we had a couple of purples coming up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig these down, and I'm going to just plant it in that pink because I do want to move off to the right, and we don't need to worry about economy very much. It's much more important to have a good buffer than to have a good economy. And so I'm just going to ignore that pink one, not even worry about it. Here we have a pretty good opportunity to shoot off to the right a little bit more. That purple-orange-purple is one of the best sequences you can get because it creates these 2 big buffer zones that you can work from. And it looks like that's going to work out very nicely for us. We can start another pink tower growing there. And then we have, we have this slime one that is not particularly useful to us right now. And so I think what I might end up doing is digging out these pink ones very early so that we can pour down that slime one in some place that it will do us a little bit of good. And like I said, we don't need to worry about economy very much. And then we can put this green one down here, and hopefully that will grow out and give us some more fruits. A couple more, not a whole lot. So we may actually end up worrying about economy, not because we didn't have enough seeds going in, or we don't have enough seeds for the first phase, but I'm starting to worry a little bit about the third phase. But we will have to see how things go. Now, we don't have a great situation over here. I would really like to not connect up with this key just yet. But I'm not sure what the best way to do that is. I think if we plant right here, my goal will be to go kind of up and over. And we don't have the greatest supplies for doing that. But I think it's something that... Oops, that was a mistake. Oh well. Not a huge loss. And we can actually just use that to get rid of that red one and then plant that one. I just kind of forgot which order they were going to come out in, and so I did them in the opposite order of how I wanted to. So here we actually have a jump pad that we can use to give us some more height. And then we have another purple one, and so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this out so that we can get back up here, and then I'm going to plant this right here. And that should connect up pretty quickly. But it will connect up a little bit further away from us, and so we should be able to, let's see. Now, we do have not the best supplies for this, but let's see. That will take us up. We'll have to just forget about that pink one. Forget about these fruits, unfortunately, because I do want to use this red one to give us a little bit more of a springboard. And that will connect up with the darkness. And so I want to make sure that all of our ducks are in a row. And I think there's no use in waiting, so let's go with that. Oh no! Oh, that was a big mistake. Because we can't actually use the usual strategy for escaping those. And so we're going to have to approach this a little bit differently. Let's see. Great, managed to get that. So we didn't actually lose very much, and we can head right back into it. So dealing with the red ones is going to be probably something we're just going to have to remember to do, and hope that we don't make a mistake. Let's see. That's not exactly how I wanted that to go. But we can plant this here, and it should do us some good. And then if we put this ice over here, that'll give us a nice kind of starting place to grow that purple from. And we're just going to wait for the darkness to set this red one off. And now I believe this red one will actually let us get a little bit more height. It's a little hard to tell, so I think I'm actually going to wait for this one, just harvest it. Not try and wait around. Once again, you know, we have slightly fewer seeds this time around, but I still don't want to worry too much about economy because I think we have plenty still. That was not the best idea because that red will cover up the purple a little bit. But it looks like it's going to grow pretty thickly around there anyway. I think the red will actually create a path straight to the green, so that purple won't protect us hardly at all. Yeah, won't protect us at all. So I've gone and made a little bit of a mistake here, and I have not been paying attention to this pink tower. And I'm going to harvest that up. And we'll just use this as a starting place to move onward. Okay, so that went to the left, which I did not want. So I'm just going to dig that out and plant that there. And hopefully this will give us enough height to get up and over this green one. And it's giving us a little bit of a buffer around it as well, which is very useful. I want to plant this in a place where it doesn't cover up any of our fruits. And we're just going to continue on. We're using a lot of seeds to cover not very much ground, which is a little bit frustrating, but hopefully it doesn't end up being too big of a problem. Looks like we have our first seed here. Not clear. Ah, there's a key. Our first key, I mean. There's our, boy, I'm not saying the words that I want to say. So there's a door and a key over here. I don't know if we'll be able to reach this key. Ah, now that's a nice thing, is the slime doesn't actually affect our jump height. So that is actually pretty helpful. So because of that, I'm going to put the ice right there. And that will slow down the darkness, cover up some of that orange, and now we have another red one. Oh dear, very nearly made that mistake again. Let's harvest those, and we are doing fine for economy. No problem at all. Let's see. Where do I want to plant this red one? We want to be able to kind of run away from it horizontally. So I think there is the place to put it. There we go, got out of the way. We can jump up onto that and carry on. We can build ourselves a little bit of a seed ladder here. And then this will be a fine place to start the next red one. Once we harvest those a bit. Not getting the seeds that I want. But I think if we plant this jump pad like there, what I want to do is I want to kind of dig in here a little bit. And see if we can fill that up with some of the slime. And that won't be ideal, but I'm hoping that it will make it all the way out of there and drop down onto that key. And there it goes. So that's connected up. So that has put us on a little bit of a time limit. But we can harvest these real quick. We still need 2 more keys before that door is of much use to us. I seem to have kind of done a corner boost off of the jump pad. I didn't know you could do that. That was cool. So we actually have quite a few options for doors here. And so I think up and to the right is where we're going to want to go. I would really like an orange one to connect up with that key to the right. Boy, that's going to get very close, but it's not going to connect up. Let's see, if I do that and that, we can plant that there, and then later on we can plant something else down there to connect up with that door. But for now, I want to fill in some of that red there. That won't actually help really at all, but it's fine. I thought maybe there was a way to use that ice more effectively, but I think worrying about it is going to be not useful. So let's see, I think the thing to do here is plant this here, and then use that top right one, to start another purple, and use, the bottom ones to connect up with the door. We have another red one that we don't have much of any use for. Let's see, red, pink, green. So I think I'm going to put the red there and just get rid of it. And then pink there and green there, and hopefully that will connect up with our second key. It did not. That's fine. We will deal with it. Some other way. Want to make sure that I am leaving myself a way out of there. We might have to abandon those pink ones. They're not really... And we can grab a couple of them and then fill that in at least. Fill that in a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so now we have an orange one. And so now I'm actually inclined to want to dig down here a little bit. Well, let's see. Actually, the thing might be... Oh, this is growing in very usefully. To put it there so that we can connect up with that higher one. And then... let's see, let's use this to go down. And then when we see where that goes, we can kind of look at... Ah, okay, we don't even have to worry about using the slime at all. So I believe we have our 3 keys and a door at this point. And so let's connect up. I see the door. I see there's 2 keys. I believe there's a 3rd key to our lower left. I think that's everything. I think we're just going to ride this pink tower until the darkness catches up to us, which is basically now. And I'm going to head over this way to grab that key. We will need a bubble to get this one. Maybe not. So there's number 2. Alright, we didn't need a bubble. Let's see if we can get that one without a bubble. And that one. And that one. We don't need to backtrack through here at all. There's our third key. I don't think it's worthwhile looking for hearts, and so we're just going to dive in. So, Phase 3 of Mired Low. Looks like we have to ascend. It looks very similar to one of the very first levels that we played, but smaller, narrower, and my guess is because our jump height is so badly nerfed, that we're actually going to be... okay, so we have to be a little bit careful with our red. I'm not sure. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think no matter where we put this, it's going to connect up with the darkness, and we'll be in a little bit of a hurry. But I think we can use this jump pad. That's assuming that we can get on top of this red at all. Oh dear, that was a mistake. So let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. We got a red as our very second one again, and then we got that jump pad. So I think this time I'm just going to throw away the red, say, no, we don't want you. We're not on a time limit until we connect up. And it looks like we're going to have to connect up pretty soon. Let's see. Really not getting these in the order that I want them. That has a 50-50 chance of doing something somewhat useful. There we go. So that was not bad. Now we can put that there. Still can't quite make it up there. But if we plant that, and then that should get us high enough to plant this jump pad. And there is our destination. But we don't really have the seeds that we want. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant the jump pad there, discard that red, use that to jump up there, and then we should be able to use this orange one to go straight up. There we go. Mired low in silent slowing, shut my eyes to darkness growing. Heroes fight, deny their dying, cowards don't look back. That's quite the commentary. I'm not even sure what to make of that one, but we have successfully completed yet another level, and that is pretty cool. So in the next episode, we have options. We have Hopeless I Ignored It. We have I Fell Into Dusk. And we might have one more. I can't remember. But we can do some exploring, see if we find anything. Looks like we're just seeing stuff that we have already completed. We're getting very close to the end. I don't know how many we have left. It might be just those two. So we will have to see. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.